Welcome back to the game store. How can I help you today? Xbox 360? Okay, and are you looking for games or just the console? Okay, so the 360 game collection is right over there on the wall. We actually did get a bundle traded in recently, so there's a pretty good amount of games. And I do have the console in the back, so I can grab that for you if you want to take a look. Okay, so you can browse, pick out any games you might be interested in, and then I can answer any questions. And in the meantime, I'll go grab the console for you. So I will see you in a few minutes. So I did find the box for you as well, just so you know. And if you were to purchase it, you can take the box as well. Okay? So here it is. And if you're looking to display it in a collection or anything like that, it is actually in perfect condition. So I'll just set this aside for you. And then here is the console. So it is black, it's a little dusty, so I'll go ahead and dust it for you. And this is the slim version, which came out in 2005, I believe. So let me just dust. And did you say you have owned one of these in the past? Okay. So just looking to re-experience some old games. Okay. And I see you found a few. Awesome. Yeah, like I said, that collection that was traded in had a lot of good classic games. I'm just gonna dust the front here. This is in working condition. And then obviously this is how you open the slide out area where you can put the CD. And this is just a touch button, so you don't actually have to push it in. You can just touch it and it will open it. And of course, where you put all of the cords, and they are all in the box. And again, it is all tested. So let me show you the controller. So it comes with one controller, but there are some extras if you'd like to grab another one. Let me just test everything first. I actually really like this controller. I always thought it was comfortable. Just making sure nothing is sticky. Okay, so you'll see it is a little bit dusty, but I'll clean it in a minute. And nothing is sticky. This is a pretty good controller. Okay. And then the battery pack right in the back here. Just clean it up a little bit. And remind me, you said you did play a lot of Xbox games. Yeah, of course, Halo was so popular. Yeah, Xbox definitely blew up when I was really into video games. So it was really a cool time to be into it. Okay, just get this down here. And so what I'm going to do is go through all the games you selected. Just check and make sure they have all of the discs, and then the manuals. I don't know if that's important to you, but I will just double check. And then if you have any questions about any of them, you can let me know. I'll do my best to answer them. I haven't played every single Xbox game, of course, but I do know about a lot of them, so I can definitely help you. So let's see. You grabbed a lot of Halo games, some Grand Theft Auto, some other random ones. Alright, let's start with the Halo games. So like we were talking about before, Halo was huge, at least back in my day. And of course it still is today, but I'm just talking about when Halo first came out. Alright, so I see you grabbed Halo Reach. And yeah, some of these cases are a little bit worn down, but none of them are in terrible condition. So yeah, the multiplayer capability when Halo came out was just amazing. I don't even know what else to say. And this does have the manual and then an Xbox Live code. So this one is good. And then ODST. I don't even think I played this one. So yeah, I remember some friends had neighborhood Halo parties. And thinking back on them now, it's just so funny how excited we were to play the game. So this has 2 discs, campaign and multiplayer, okay? And then the manual. And then even at my house, we did host LAN parties every once in a while, which again was just the coolest thing ever. Did you ever do something like that? Yeah, so many fun memories. I wish I could relive it. So Halo 3 is one of my favorites. So I'd recommend replaying this one if you want to get back into it. And we have the manual and the disc. So here's the front of the manual. And yeah, I definitely miss having manuals for today's games. So you can obviously see it shows you all of the controls, which is nice. And what is this? Ooh, this actually might be a poster. Let's open it up. And it is. Actually, I didn't even know this was in there, so that might be something cool to hang up. Could frame it, put it in a gaming room or something like that. Halo 4. Actually, I don't think I played this one. I'm trying to remember. But I think this was one I didn't play. Let's open it up. Okay, so this one does not have a manual. does have 2 discs, disc 1 and disc 2. Okay. Yeah, maybe I have to play this. Most anticipated game of 2012. And then you just grabbed the Halo Anniversary Edition, Combat Evolved. Okay. So yeah, no manual. But the disc is in there. Just dust it. There's some tape on the bottom. Let's see if I can get it off. There we go. Alright. So there's the Halo games you chose. And I see you grabbed a Doom. So Doom 3 BFG Edition. Looks like there's some residue on the front. I might have to get some cleaning spray to get that. So I'll do that if you end up purchasing. But yeah, this just looks like a typical Doom game for Xbox. And it does have the manual game. Okay. So, Grand Theft Auto episodes from Liberty City. And this one is 2 games in 1. I don't actually think I played this, but it does have the console and manual, the disc and manual. And then number 4, I definitely played, and I really love this one. I just thought the mechanics were really good, and I thought Liberty City was really cool. It just felt realistic. And so I know it comes with a poster, which I believe is of Liberty City. And then the Liberty City guidebook, your guide to places, entertainment, restaurants, and bars. And then Grand Theft Auto 5, I loved it just as much. I think I still have some tape on this, so we'll get rid of it. This is a huge game, so much to do. You can really get lost. And this kind of took place in Los Angeles. So it comes with a map as well. And then just this little flyer. Another map. And then the GTA 5 manual. And it's just a few pages. So, yeah, you'll be playing this game for a while. Resident Evil. So let me just dust this one a little bit. So this one was cool because you have a partner in the game. I do really enjoy the Resident Evil games. Have you played any of the newer ones? Yeah, they are still on my list. The newer ones, so to play eventually. And this has the manual and the game. Okay. So Resident Evil. And then a classic here. The Sims 3. So did you play this too? Yeah. I know, I used to think it was so fun. And it was back in the day. I think now, I don't know if I'd be able to play it, but it's definitely good for a collection, if that's what you're looking to do. So, no big manual in here, just a few little flyers. And then it looks like you actually grabbed one of my favorites, Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. I thought Tony Hawk was so cool. And just in general, that scene I thought was really cool. Skateboarding and surfing, BMX. So I played Tony Hawk games all the time. And this one is definitely worth playing. And this was cool because you did have the BMX aspect to it, so it wasn't just skateboarding. And then also, there's a really good soundtrack, in my opinion, featuring Fall Out Boy, My Chemical Romance, Taking Back Sunday, and other punk classics. So, if you like any of that type of music, I think that adds to the game. And then we have the manual and disc. So good choice with this one. Alright, so the next stack. So Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2. Now, have you played Dark Souls games in the past? Yeah, I know, they really are challenging. I really like the challenge though, so I think that's why I'm such a big fan of them. So yeah, this one's good. Obviously, it's like the intro to Dark Souls games. Now, have you played Elden Ring? Okay, yeah. So these are different than that in the sense where it's not an open world game. But you're going to have all of the difficult bosses. And yeah, it's just really a grind. But once you kind of get the swing of things and understand the game, I think you can have a lot of fun with it. And then Dark Souls 2, so I did like this one as well. This one I feel like has a lot more bosses than the first one. And this one, I'm trying to think. I know I played it less than the first one. But you can play both and see which one you like more. Let's open it up. No manual on this one. So since a lot of these don't have manuals, I can give you a discount. So you're not paying full price. But honestly, a lot of these games aren't worth much anyway, so you won't be paying too much if you decide to buy all of them. Alright, then Skyrim. So, Skyrim is definitely one of my favorite games of all time. Are you new to this game? Yeah. Yeah, so it's an open world fantasy game, and I just think it's wonderful. And there is so much you can do. You could honestly play for an entire year and probably never get bored, if you like the game at least. And they have newer versions of this, so you could play it on an upgraded Xbox or Switch even. But it's cool to have on the 360 as well. So it looks like it just comes with a little flyer, a manual, which will be helpful because there really is a lot to learn in the game. A lot of things you can do, a lot of ways you can level up quickly if you want to. But what I like about this game is you don't have to take it seriously, so if you want to play in a more relaxing pace, you can do that. And now this is a map, but I actually forgot forgot it was in here. So let's open it up. So again, a really nice poster to hang up. Now Mass Effect. So I actually have not played this game. I can't tell you much about it. I do know it's popular, but I don't know too much. And this actually does not have a manual, but the disc is clean. So yeah, I think it's kind of like a Halo type game. I just never played. So, can't say much. And then Wolfenstein I did play. Wolfenstein The New Order. Let me dust this. So I'm really into history. And so I wanted to play this, I remember, because it's set in, well, it's set a little bit after World War II. As if World War II turned out differently. So it's definitely a cool concept. I'm trying to think though. I feel like there were some things I didn't like about it, but I can't remember exactly. Alright, so manual, then disc 1, disc 3, disc 4, disc 2 might be missing, so I'm gonna have to find that for you. That's very odd. So yeah, I'll look in the back and see if I can get a disc 2 for you. Let me set that aside so I don't forget. Alright, and then Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. I would say again another classic Xbox game. It's a good choice. And this is a really cool game. And the story is really good. Amazing action, of course. And did you play a lot of Call of Duty games? Yeah, I don't play as much now. I'm just not into them as much, but back in the day, they were so cool. Manual and disc. Okay. Alright, so a few more to go. So let's start off with Dead Space. I remember first playing this game. It was at nighttime and I was younger, and I was terrified. I just thought it was such an interesting concept, and it was just a creepy, fun horror game. And I think it really holds up today. I know obviously you can play it on the newer Xbox, so it might be cool to have the original. And it does come with the manual and the disc. And then Dead Space 2. So I also liked this one as well. I would say this one's a little bit more intense than the first one. And a little more fast-paced. Good story. And really cool level designs. So here's some pictures. And yeah, this one has 2 discs. So no manual, just a Game Pass flyer. Now Dead Space 3, I see you grabbed this one as well. Can't tell you much about it. I actually wasn't a huge fan of this game. I just did not like the story as much as the first 2, but you might like it. And this does have 2 discs, so 1 and 2. I see you picked up the BioShock games. So have you played them? Yeah, you can play on Switch. So these are obviously the older versions. It's definitely cool to have for your 360. So BioShock 1, the cover. I love this game. The story to me is so good. I think it's just also a nostalgic game for me. Because I remember thinking I wouldn't like it when I first played. And I fell in love with it. So, out of any of the games, I would say this might be my favorite. Some pictures in the back. And these games definitely hold up today. I think they're still so good, no matter what console you play it on. So this definitely should have the manual. Yes, it does. And we have the disc here. So did you say you did play BioShock? Yeah. Just look at the manual here. See if I can show you anything cool. So it does take place in an underwater city called Rapture. And I'm not going to say too much because I just don't want to give anything away. But it's just a really cool game. Trust me on that. And then a BioShock 2. I used to not care about it as much, but in recent years, I think I've loved it even more. So first of all, the cover is really cool. And you play as a different character in this game, so it's definitely different. And you get more backstory in this game, which makes it really cool too. What else? There's something called plasmids in this game. And you can use those along with your weapons at the same time. So that also makes this game pretty cool. So this is also a really good BioShock game. It's the third game. It's completely different. So you're having a different storyline, different characters. And I do have the disc. It's actually in another case. So I just have 2 copies. So I actually keep the disc in this case. And if you wanted to have this cover, it's just the reversal of this one. So yeah, I just thought this one was pretty cool. I'm not going to say much more. Again, I don't want to give anything away, but the city is in the clouds. So, really good game. And I really do think all 3 are worth playing. Right. So I think that's everything you grabbed. Any questions? Anything I didn't answer? Okay, good. I'm glad it was helpful. So I think in total, if you were to purchase these games plus the console, I could give it to you for about $120. Or we also have a rental program. I don't think I mentioned that to you. So it's kind of like the old school rental stores. So if you'd like to take the console home for a week, take some of these games, you can loan it out and then bring it back when it's due. And then you could purchase it if you want, or try something else out. So does that interest you? perfect. So then I can box this all up for you, and you can try it out for a week. Is that what you'd like? Okay, awesome. Let me just put that in my computer here. And we will get that loaned out for you. And of course, if any of the games don't work or anything, just let us know, but they all should. And that's it. So, do you have any other questions? Yeah, you're excited. So hopefully you'll get a feel for the Xbox 360 over the next week and see if you want to purchase it. And if you do want to purchase it, let me know. Thanks so much for coming in. I had so much fun talking to you about all of these amazing games. So have fun, and I'll see you again soon.